Close your eyes. Imagine it, the life you crave, the power, the success, the unshakable version of you that stares back in the mirror knowing you built this. Now open them. Why is it still a dream? Because you haven't manifested it into existence. Let's be very clear. The universe doesn't hand out prizes for wanting. It bows to those who take. Your dreams, they're not whispers. They're screams of the person you're meant to become. But here's the brutal truth. If you don't act, they'll die inside you, buried under excuses, fear, and lazy delusions of maybe someday. You want that car, that empire, that unbreakable confidence, then become the person who earns it. Every second you waste is a betrayal to your potential. The world isn't cruel, it's fair. It gives you exactly what you demand from yourself, so demand more. This isn't motivation, this is a wake-up call. You don't pray for the life you want, you build it, brick by brick, sacrifice by sacrifice. While others sleep, you grind. While others doubt, you attack. Your dreams will manifest, but only if you force them into reality. So I ask you, what are you waiting for? The clock's ticking, move. Dreams are not just random thoughts that float through your mind when you're half asleep, they are alive. They are the raw, unfiltered vision of who you could be, what you could have, the life you could live if you had the courage to chase it. Most people treat their dreams like distant stars, beautiful to look at but impossible to reach. But that's weakness talking. A dream is not a fairy tale, it's a blueprint. It's the first draft of your future, and if you don't start building it, no one else will. Think about it. Every skyscraper, every empire, every legendary life began as nothing but an idea. A thought. Someone somewhere looked at empty space and said, I will fill this with something great. That's the power you hold right now. Your mind is the architect, your will is the foundation, and every single day you get to lay another brick. But here's the problem, most people never pick up the tools. They stare at their dream like it's a painting in a museum, something to admire but never touch, and then they wonder why their life feels hollow. Let me tell you something real. The difference between a dream and a delusion is action. If you want the money, the respect, the freedom, you don't wish for it, you build it. You don't hope for luck, you create your own luck. Because the universe doesn't respond to wanting, it responds to doing. Every time you take a step, no matter how small, you send a message to the world, this is mine and I'm coming for it. But here's where people fail. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect sign from the sky. Stop it. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. The longer you wait, the weaker you get. The more you hesitate, the louder your doubts become. And before you know it, years have passed and you're still in the same place, staring at the same dream, wondering, what if? No, that's not your story. Your story is not about regret. It's about refusing to let fear win. It's about looking at your dream and saying, I will make you real. It won't be easy. There will be days when you question everything, days when you feel like you're not moving fast enough, days when the world tries to convince you to give up. But those are the days that matter. Those are the days that separate the winners from the what-ifs. Your dream is not just some fantasy, it's a calling. It's the voice of your future self, screaming at you from the other side of time, begging you to keep going. So listen to it, fight for it, build it, because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is you. The moment you decide, truly decide, that your dream is not optional, that it's not just a maybe, but a must, everything changes. The world shifts, doors open, and suddenly what once felt impossible becomes inevitable. So tell me, what's your blueprint? What's the life you're meant to live? Whatever it is, start building today. Now, before doubt gets another second of your time, because dreams don't work unless you do, listen closely, because this is where most people fail before they even begin. They look around at their life, their bank account, their job, their struggles, and they think this is it. They believe reality is fixed, unchangeable, like concrete that's already dried, and that belief, that's the killer of dreams. That's the lie that keeps people small, trapped in a life they never wanted, but convinced themselves they have to accept. But here's the truth that will set you free. Reality is not solid, it's soft, it's waiting for you to shape it. You are not some helpless bystander in your own life, you are the sculptor, the creator. The force that decides what stays and what gets crushed and rebuilt. Every single day, you have the power to take the hammer to what's not working and forge something new. But you have to believe it first. Look at the greatest men and women who ever lived. The ones who started with nothing. The ones who were told no 1,000 times. The ones who faced worse circumstances than you ever will. What did they do? Did they bow their heads and say, "This is just how it is"? No, they refused. They looked at the world and said, "I will change this." And then they did, not because they were lucky, not because they were special, because they decided reality was theirs to mold. Right now, you might be thinking, but my situation is different. I have real problems. And you're right, you do. Everyone does. But problems are not prison bars. They're tests. They're the universe asking you, how bad do you want it? The moment you stop seeing obstacles as stop signs and start seeing them as stepping stones, everything changes. The job you hate. Its fuel, the doubters, their motivation, the failures, lessons, every single thing in your life, good or bad, is material waiting for you to use it. This is the mindset of champions, the ones who don't make excuses, they make progress. They don't cry about the cards they were dealt. They play the hand to win because they know something most people never figure out. Circumstances don't define you. Your actions do. You want proof? Look in the mirror. That person staring back at you, they've survived 100% of their worst days. They're still here, still breathing, still capable. That means the fight isn't over. It means you still have time to reshape everything. So ask yourself, what are you allowing to control you? A past mistake, a current struggle, someone else's opinion? Break those chains today, right now. Grab your life with both hands and squeeze until it bends to your will. Because the only limits that are real are the ones you accept. The world doesn't give you the life you want. It gives you the life you demand. So start demanding more. Stop waiting for permission. Stop hoping for rescue. Rescue yourself. This is your wake-up call. Reality is not your master. You are. Now go out there and mold it. Let me hit you with a hard truth that will change everything. Dreams don't work unless you do. That idea in your head, that vision of success that keeps you up at night, it means nothing if you don't put in the work. The world is full of people who want greatness, but empty of people who fight for it. Which one are you? Because winners don't hope, they hustle. They don't dream, they do. And if you're not willing to bleed for what you believe in, then you've already lost. Think about this. Every single thing you admire in this world was built by someone who refused to sit around waiting. The empires, the breakthroughs, the legends, they weren't created by people who just thought about winning. They were built by people who acted like their life depended on it, because it did, and so does yours. You want that next level life? Then you better be ready to move like your soul is on fire. Because action isn't just part of success, it's the only way there. Here's the brutal reality. No one cares about your plans. The world doesn't applaud intentions. It rewards results, and results only come from one thing: relentless, unstoppable action. You can have the best idea in the world, the most brilliant vision, but if you don't execute, it's worthless. It's dust. It's just another could have been a story that dies with you. Is that what you want? To be full of potential but empty of proof? To be the person who almost made it? No, hell no. You were made for more than that. So what's stopping you? Fear, doubt, comfort? Let me tell you something. Comfort is the enemy. It's the silent killer of dreams, because when you choose comfort over action, you're choosing death over life. Real growth happens in the grind, in the sweat, in the moments when every muscle screams to quit, but you keep going anyway. That's where champions are made, not in the safety of someday, but in the fire of today. I don't care how small you start. I don't care if your first step is shaky. Just move. Action creates momentum. Momentum builds confidence. Confidence crushes fear. And before you know it, you're not just dreaming, you're living the dream. But it starts with you, right now, not tomorrow, not when the timing is perfect, now, because the clock is ticking, and every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. So ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today to move closer to your dream? Do it, then do another and another until action becomes your addiction, until you look back and realize you're not the same person you used to be. You're stronger, you're sharper, you're unstoppable. Because winners aren't born, they're built. One action at a time. The world doesn't need more dreamers. It needs more doers. More people who refuse to just talk about success, but live it. People who understand that dreams without action are just noise. So shut out the doubt, silence the excuses, and move. Your future is waiting, but it won't wait forever. The question is, are you ready to earn it? Let's cut through the noise right now. Nobody is coming to save you. That dream life you imagine, that version of yourself you fantasize about becoming, it's not going to magically appear because you want it bad enough. The universe operates on one brutal law: you get what you take. Not what you wish for, not what you deserve, what you fight for. And right now, you're either in the arena getting bloody or you're in the stands making excuses. Which one are you? Every single day, your mind will try to trick you. It will whisper, maybe tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. It's too hard. And if you listen, you lose, period. Winners don't have fewer doubts, they just refuse to let those doubts drive. They acknowledge the fear and charge forward anyway because they know this undeniable truth. Excuses don't change your life. Execution does. Look at anyone who's ever achieved anything extraordinary. Do you think they had perfect circumstances? Unlimited resources, zero fear? Of course not. They had the same 24 hours as you, the same obstacles, the same voice in their head telling them to quit. The difference, when that voice spoke, they answered with action. Not tomorrow, not when things were easier, now. While others were hesitating, they were hustling. While others were complaining, they were conquering. Here's the raw reality: the world doesn't give a damn about your reasons. Your boss doesn't care why you're late. Your bank account doesn't care why you're broke. Your future self doesn't care why you gave up. Results don't negotiate. They don't accept explanations. They demand performance. And the moment you internalize that, everything changes. You want to know the secret weapon of every champion. It's not talent. It's not luck. It's relentless execution. Doing the work when no one's watching. Pushing when every muscle screams stop. Showing up day after day after day, especially when it hurts. Because they understand what losers don't. Success isn't an event, it's a process. It's the sum total of all those times you chose grind over guilt, action over anxiety, execution over excuses. So here's your choice right now. You can keep telling yourself stories about why you can't, why you shouldn't, why it's not the right time, or you can start, not perfectly, not fearlessly, but immediately. One step, then another, until your excuses shrivel up and die from lack of attention, until your actions become so massive they crush every doubt in their path. The clock is ticking. Every moment you spend justifying inaction is a moment your competition is out there getting better. So ask yourself, when your life flashes before your eyes at the end, do you want it to be a highlight reel of what you did, or a graveyard of what you meant to do? The decision is yours. The power is yours. Now go execute. Let me tell you something that will change your entire perspective on life. The pressure you feel right now, that's not your enemy, that's your fuel. That weight on your shoulders, the sleepless nights, the gut-wrenching fear that maybe, just maybe, you're not good enough, that's not there to break you. It's there to make you. Because here's the raw, unfiltered truth no one wants to admit. Greatness isn't born in comfort. It's forged in fire. Think about the strongest metal in the world. How do they make it? They don't gently warm it up and whisper sweet nothings to it. They burn it, pound it, put it through hell. And why? Because that's what makes it unbreakable. You're no different. Every ounce of pressure you're feeling right now, the bills, the doubters, the failures, the endless grind, isn't a sign that you're failing. It's proof you're being tempered. that you're being prepared for something bigger than you can imagine. Look at every legend who ever walked this earth. The warriors, the innovators, the champions. What do they all have in common? They didn't run from the heat, they leaned into it. They understood what most people never will. Comfort is the enemy of growth. That easy, cozy, safe little life you're fantasizing about. It's a death sentence for your potential. Because the moment you stop being challenged is the moment you stop becoming. Right now, you're at a crossroads. You can listen to that weak voice inside you begging for easier days, for less responsibility, for a softer path. Or you can embrace the pressure. You can look at every obstacle and say, is that all you've got? You can wake up every morning and thank God for the struggle, because you know deep in your bones that this is what's preparing you for the life most people will never dare to live. Let me ask you something. When you're old and gray, looking back on your life, what story do you want to tell? That you played it safe, that you took the easy way out, or that you leaned into the pressure until it transformed you into something extraordinary? The choice is yours. The fire is here. The question is, will you let it burn you up, or will you let it forge you into something unbreakable? This is your moment. This pressure isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. So stand up, straighten your back, look the challenge dead in the eye and say, bring it on. Because years from now, when you're standing on top of the mountain looking down at how far you've come, you'll realize every ounce of pressure was worth it. Now get out there and let it shape you into the legend you were born to be. Listen up, because this is where most dreams go to die. Not because the world was too hard, not because the competition was too strong, but because the person staring back in the mirror didn't have the guts to believe in what they saw. Let me say this so clearly it burns into your soul. The ceiling above you doesn't exist until you put it there. Every limitation you feel, every voice telling you can't, that's not reality. That's just you getting in your own damn way. Think about this for a second. Who decides what's possible for you? The government, your bank account, your past mistakes? No, the only vote that counts is yours. The moment you truly understand this is the moment everything changes. The world doesn't tell you how high you can fly, you do. That promotion you want, that business you dream of starting, that life you crave, it's all sitting there waiting for one thing and one thing only, for you to decide you're worthy of it. Right now, there are two versions of you fighting for control. Version 1 is small, scared, full of what ifs and I can'ts. Version 2, that's the giant inside you, the one who knows no limits, who laughs at obstacles, who sees every setback as setup for a comeback. Which one wins? That depends entirely on who you choose to feed. Every time you shrink from a challenge, version 1 gets stronger. Every time you push through fear, version 2 takes over. This isn't psychology, this is war. And the battlefield is your mind. Let me tell you something brutal but beautiful. No one is coming to believe in you first. No knight in shining armor, no fairy godmother, no lucky break is going to show up and convince you of your worth. That's your job, that's your responsibility. And until you do it, nothing changes, not really. You might get temporary wins, but they'll always feel hollow because deep down, you won't believe you deserve them. Here's what I need you to understand. Belief isn't some magical feeling that falls from the sky. It's a choice, a daily decision, a relentless commitment to back yourself no matter what. When you wake up tomorrow and that voice says, who do you think you are? You answer loud and clear, I'm the person who makes the impossible happen. When doubt creeps in, you don't negotiate with it, you destroy it with action. You prove it wrong by moving forward anyway. Look at your hands right now. These aren't just hands, they're the tools that will build your future. That brain of yours, it's not just a random collection of thoughts, it's the most powerful supercomputer on Earth, capable of creating realities most people only dream of. The only question is, are you going to use them? Are you going to stop waiting for permission from a world that's too busy to notice you? Are you ready to finally, truly, completely bet on yourself? This is your life, your rules, your limits. The moment you decide there are none is the moment you become unstoppable. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep living beneath your potential, or are you ready to tear down the walls you built around yourself? The power was always yours, the belief was always yours, the choice is yours, now act like it. The most dangerous lie you will ever tell yourself is "I'll start tomorrow." That single thought has killed more dreams than every failure combined. Because tomorrow isn't real, it's a fantasy. A trick your mind plays to keep you safe and small. Right now, this second, that's all that exists. This breath, this moment, this decision staring you in the face, screaming at you to choose, move or rot. Let me shake you awake with a truth that will haunt you if you ignore it. Your future isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create by what you do today, not next week, not when the planets align. Today, while you're reading this, time is slipping through your fingers like sand. Every minute you spend waiting for the perfect moment is a minute you'll never get back. And here's the brutal part, that perfect moment. It doesn't exist, it never has. Champions aren't made in ideal conditions. They're forged in the messy, imperfect, relentless now. Look around you, the world is full of people who had big plans. People who were going to change their lives just as soon as they had more money, more time, more confidence. Where are they now? Still waiting, still wishing, still rotting in the same place they were 5 years ago. Don't you dare become one of them. Don't you dare look back one day and realize you wasted your one wild, precious life waiting for a starting gun that was in your hands the whole time. This is your intervention, your wake-up call, your slap in the face from destiny itself. That idea burning in your chest, that change you know you need to make, it will never feel easier than it does right now. The fear won't magically disappear. The doubts won't suddenly vanish. You have to move through them, not around them. Every second you delay is another brick in the prison of your own making. But here's the miracle. You hold the key, and it only turns one way. Action taken today. I don't care how small the step seems. I don't care if your hands shake or your voice quivers. Start, pick up the phone, write the first sentence, make the damn decision. Momentum is the most powerful force in the universe, but it only works when you give it something to push. Let today be the day your future self looks back on as the turning point. The day you stopped being a spectator in your own life and became the unstoppable force you were born to be. The clock isn't just ticking, it's screaming. Every sunrise you ignore is a gift you squander. So tell me, what's it going to be? Another day of maybe tomorrow, or the day you finally grab your life by the throat and say now. The world doesn't reward those who wait. It bows to those who charge. Your time isn't coming, it's here. What the hell are you going to do about it?